Hello and welcome back to the Madmen with a Box live stream. Now, weekly live stream, we talk about Doctor Who, that very niche sci-fi TV show.
So niche. Nobody knows about it.
So niche. So, I am joined by ProfPixel.
That's me.
Don't know if Jimmy will be here.
Jimmy said he could make it because we pushed it back an hour.
Yeah. I don't know. And I'm here, obviously. I have nothing better to do on my day off. On one of my days off. Than talk about Doctor Who, obviously. But we have a bunch of news that we pushed back because we wanted to mainly talk about the specials. But at the end of the news, we will be talking about our thoughts on the specials overall. Now that all three of them have come and gone through the sands of time. These are the days of our lives.
Yes, Docky Who.
All right, I think we should start off with the Church on Ruby Road. Now there's two of them. Which one am I referring to?
Well, you have to go down that way, and you can see. Oh no, sorry. Yes, the Church on Ruby Road is going to be coming out fairly soon.
Literally in 5 days.
Christmas is too close.
I know.
At the same time, Doctor Who, but still.
Doctor Who is back, but a lot of people are not happy that Disney Plus have listed it as Special 4 because they've done this for all of the specials, listed it as Special 1, 2, and 3, and they've listed this as Special 4. Now, it is technically right, but also wrong. It is the 4th special of the year, but it's not part of the 60th anniversary specials.
Yeah.
They could just put it as Christmas special, like considering this is essentially the setup, the prequel to Ncuit's full series. So
yeah.
Special 4, and considering like how they've been treating like the build up to Ncuit's series as like a soft reboot, labeling his first episode as Special 4, like no one's going to be like, oh, I'm going to start with the 4th special. No,
they aren't. It's kind of a silly decision, really.
But it's a silly decision. That's Disney in a nutshell. If you want to look at
is it Disney?
We literally had an example of a silly decision in that picture. What If right next to it.
I need to watch What If. I liked the first season, but
I don't like the premise of the second. The second, like What If, it just looks so. What if Star-Lord ate a sandwich? That's the level of like what ifs. And what if's supposed to be like really cool, intriguing like concepts, but it's like I think literally one of them is like, what if Star-Lord arrived early or something like that? I'm like, arrived early to what?
I don't.
Now there's Jimmy. He's in the chat, but he's not here.
Oh, Jimmy's in the chat. You said you could be here, Jimmy. So the next special will be
I'm actually gonna look this up.
Are we talking about
literally the last of the what ifs is called What If Strange Supreme Intervened? Intervened to what? That tells me nothing.
Well, that's because it's like what if the Watcher broke his vow, because it's basically the thing that connects.
Oh, here's a funny one. What if Peter Quill attacked Earth's mightiest heroes? Literal hydrogen bomb versus coughing baby scenario.
I think it's supposed to be if Ego basically raised him, but they're using.
Then don't call it that.
I know. So, some of these titles are sketchy, but anyway, like this one, because it's just I don't. Unless you include it in, this is the special for season 1. Special 4 of season 1, and then we get into the first episodes.
Jimmy says he is here.
I didn't hear a beep. Not in the stream, Jimmy. You're not in the channel in the link I sent. The only one I want to see is what if the Avengers formed in the 80s. That's pretty fair, just Puck. But yeah, no. But yeah, this is Special 4. I'm still excited for it. I think we all are. But
Yes, we are.
Oh, I heard a sound. There he is. There's a Jimmy. Hello, a Jimmy.
Hey, baby.
Never call me that again. Thank you.
No, that's okay. I agree. I hate this. I'm agreeing with Pixel. I agree. Special 4 is not the move.
It really isn't.
I think
it's weird.
They should say
marketing.
They should say Christmas special for season 1. You know, so I agree.
Just Christmas special.
Fit that in the box. I just don't think that'll fit in the box.
This is the first episode of season 1.
Basically. But it's not episode 1 because it's Christmas.
Yeah, I know. But it's episode 1, kind of like David Tennant's first episode, The Christmas Invasion.
Yes.
It's like that, but this is called Special 4? No, it's not Special 4.
Well, it's the 4th special that they've released.
No, it's the first Christmas special of the first season.
It's going to be very weird. We're going to have to wait and see when they start labeling it because it's about to really become a television series again. So it's going to be.
Isn't that weird? It's going to be it's going to be a TV series again.
Yes, it's season 1.
I don't know, man. It's just they should have done something. They should have titled it the Christmas special.
Yeah. Well, it wouldn't fit in that box. But
Yes, it would. When does it come out?
the little box right there that says Special 4.
Yeah, use smaller print or press enter and then go down one space.
It's different. Once you do that, it's a different kind of logo.
longer.
Yeah, you have to lean into your TV to try to read all that. It's like the fine print. Doctor Who fine print. You sold your soul here.
No.
Speaking of the Church of Ruby Road, though, we have news. What is this? What's the news? It's the fact that they're making a novel of it. A novelization of the Church of Ruby Rose. And I'm telling you, I'm not happy about this cover.
I am.
I like the cover. I thought it was a comic book for Titan.
No.
No.
All right, my bad. No, that's my bad.
Listen, I understand. Somebody said, I think this is the right move for this because it looks like a young adult novel cover. And I'm like, okay. At the same time, the Target covers, because this is a Target novelization, from what I read.
Yeah, but this the hardcover. This is the hardcover, so it's a exclusive design. The normal, from what I'm hearing, the standard edition will be the typical Target design.
I didn't hear that.
That's what I've been seeing. I don't know if it's true or not, but that's what I've been people have been saying. Even then, I not that I hate the Target novelizations, but like, can we move on from a different cover design from them? Like,
we literally have the best cover design now.
Wait,
do we though?
how is this not different from the past ones?
Yeah, let me. He's talking about this.
Ta-da!
Oh, I see. Yeah, you're right.
Like that. So apparently the normal version will have an art style like this. This is the hardcover edition.
And I need to pre-order when I have money again the 3
All right.
Target.
Here's the thing. You want them to not change the Blu-ray editions of the DVDs, yet you want them to change the book covers.
What?
People plead for Russell T Davies to not change the Blu-ray covers and art style for the Blu-ray edition DVDs of each season. But right now it seems like people want them to change the art style for the Target books.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're saying you want them to change the art style for the Target books, right?
No, I'm saying that I want them to stick with the style that they have, because the style that they have is very original. It's of its own.
If it's for Target, fine. But if they're doing other books, I don't want the Target design.
But this is Target.
I don't care anymore.
Oh, okay. So, I saw a bit ago saying like people were pleading for the Blu-ray DVDs of the new seasons of Doctor Who to not be changed so they can continue the art style so it doesn't look different on the shelf. And now some people are. So I thought you guys were saying you want them to change the art style of the books, so just because they've been there forever. So I just don't know what. It's hard to be pleasing people when they want one thing yet they also want a different thing.
What I think, though, the confusion of this conversation is that we're talking about a completely different thing, and you're talking about that thing, because I know nothing about.
No, I'm saying like, if you want the art style to be one thing forever, sure.
I wanted to stay in that.
You shouldn't be asking for different art styles for everything, just not the DVD. I'm saying that to the fan. I'm not saying it to you. I'm saying it to the fandom because I've seen it a lot. It's like, do you want it to change or do you want it to stay the same? What do you want?
See, I'm fine with the DVDs and Blu-rays having the same cover. Steelbook, because that's a exclusive, that's limited.
I agree with the Steelbook.
Steelbook should be different because it's like you're getting like a different casing. It's going to be it should have like an exclusive design. I just want the DVDs and Blu-rays just not to have like very just poor looking covers.
Yeah, that could help. But what I think really stands out is like we talked about the covers for the Giggle, Wild Blue Yonder, and the Star Beast novelizations. How they're different in the fact that they have a blue background, but it still keeps that style. It still keeps that unique look. And I just think if you go too far away from that, I'm not opposed to other books from other companies. If this is a YA, a young adult novelization, fine, go ahead. That works. But if this is a Target novelization, it should look like a Target book. Because they
agree.
Just bring back the NSA books, the new series Adventures books.
Yeah, maybe if you know what would help with the sales of these like books, right? Bring back David Tennant.
Jimmy, on a scale of 1 to 10, how many drinks have you had tonight? No. I'm kidding.
They did that.
Yes.
They did that already with the books. It was called Time Lord Victorious.
I was joking, bitch.
Oh yeah, the Time Lord. I actually heard that one of those novels is really good. What?
I think it's this. I think it's. Well, I've got both of them. I've got the Night, the Fool, and the Dead, and All Flesh is Grass. I can't remember which one people were saying one is better than the other.
I don't know.
I know one is rarer than the other, which is the first one. So maybe it's the first one.
Speaking of the Church of Ruby Road, because we're still talking about on Ruby Road, they went ahead and they had a blue carpet premiere of the special, so people have already seen it. I think I saw a bit of a clip the other day, but yeah, and they're just there. Mel Gibson, Russell T. Davies, which we're going to talk about Christopher Eccleston here in a minute. But yeah, no, I'm so excited, man. So excited.
Jimmy, you're roboting.
Yeah, I don't know if you're saying words, Jimmy.
I haven't said a single thing.
Oh, okay. We're just hearing
it's just
weird noises
background.
on your end.
All right, sorry.
Maybe he's becoming a Cyberman.
No.
I love how offended he got. No, not happening.
Like Mundasian Cybermen or like Rise of the Cybermen?
Your mother, Cyberman.
Oh shit! I'd rather be my mother.
You can be the terrible Nightmare and Silver Cybermen.
Oh,
Neil Gaiman.
what was his name? What was the Doctor Cyberman name again?
Mr. Clever.
Either way, I'd rather be
Call
him.
me Mr. Clever. Yeah, Mr. Clever. Speaking of which, the trailer, which we can't show any of because BBC will be on our asses, just for showing footage. Somebody is saying name a bigger glow up because this was used in the Christmas special trailer.
Do you not like it, Pixel?
No, I do. I just don't like people.
You paused. You paused. And went,
I
like
don't
people hounding
think
on the
he
left one.
does.
I like the left one too. I like the right one. I like the left one. I like them both.
Here's the thing. I love the left one. I like the right one.
Yeah.
But neither of them match the title sequence.
That's because it's not really. It's just PNG'd into it, so it's not really. It doesn't fit well, regardless.
No, it doesn't matter. If you make a Doctor Who title sequence, make a logo that matches the title sequence, or make a title sequence that matches the logo. You know what I mean?
Well, the title sequence is brilliant. It doesn't look like a still image to me when it's moving. Like it doesn't. I don't know where people say, "Oh, like it's a simple."
Don't get me wrong. The title sequence, in my opinion, is the best one we've ever had. It's just the logo doesn't really match it.
No, did y'all hear what RTD wanted to do with the title sequence?
No, what do you say?
Was it? He wanted. You could actually see Doctor and Donna like hanging out,
peeking out the edge of the TARDIS.
Yeah.
Like when doors would be open and they'd be looking. First, you would see the Doctor and Donna, and then Shooty at the end. And he was told, "No, you shouldn't do that." He was like,
All
"Okay,
right, send that to me because I want to see that." But
it doesn't exist. It's not. A
I
real
haven't.
thing.
I know. I mean, like the,
Source?
article or interview, whatever.
If I can find it, it's been weeks now.
Yeah, I mean, I know, but like, I want to read it, but I haven't heard that.
Yeah. Speaking of more new things, after the giggle, they went ahead and they announced that the 14th Doctor and 15th Doctor are going to be in a new pack of their own with a toy maker, Rose Noble, all that.
God damn it. Now I'm going to have to buy because I wanted to buy every single Doctor for Magic and put it in a case and put it on my wall. Now I'm going to have to buy more.
Yeah. I almost fell into temptation. I almost did it.
I'll be right back. I want to show you what my father got me for Christmas.
Milk. He finally brought it back.
That's mean, Pixel. That's mean.
I have no idea of the real relationship with his father. That's just a general missing father joke. No, I prefer this, Jess Puck. I prefer the Linux Cyberman. Thank you very much.
I prefer the Linus Tech Tips.
What's that? A
Cyberman.
brief history about Time Lords.
Ooh,
Time Lords.
nice.
I have not read that.
You know, it's weird. My father, who, I kind of not really talk to, knows me really well.
And that's why I clarified that I know nothing about the state of Jim and his father, Jimmy and his father. So, are we ready to talk about the new fun thing? No,
go ahead.
we aren't. No, we aren't, because we still have to talk about some actual news. Rose will be back.
That's some nice art.
She'll eventually come back.
Yeah, I'm happy for that. You know, she's a good actress.
Absolutely terrific. She has more appearances to come simply because I adore working with her.
Yep.
I'm fine with that.
And she'll be starring alongside David Tennant again as the 14th. Oh.
Yeah!
Because he's still out there. He's still popping into New York City.
It's so weird that I've been alive for the beginning and end of my favorite TV show that's lasted longer than 15 years.
What? You mean era of a TV show? Because it's been around since 1960.
Yeah.
Buddy.
You know exactly what I meant.
Rose should be. She's going to be. That's going to happen. There's going to
Probably
be 14 Big Finish adventures.
Not for a few years.
Not for a few years. Not for a little bit. But I think they could be done well, as long as it's not too the world is falling apart. Just little fun things, you know.
That won't work as a story, though.
I know.
They will have to purposely.
It'll be Jackie every other weekend.
they would purposely have to go against the whole he needs to take a step back, despite the fact that Russell already did that in the same episode. But we'll get to that eventually.
Yeah. One more thing to talk about that's actually new of the show. Well, I say new. The jukebox looks like the same jukebox. It's back, baby.
Wow, jukeboxes that look the same.
Wow.
From what I heard, it's the same jukebox from
it does look exactly
End of the World.
It's at least it's the same brand, I guess, but there are different jukeboxes.
So,
and there's going to be what did Russell say? I don't have the little bit that says his line, but he basically says something to the effect of, Shooty's going to have a real big scene in the first episode using the jukebox, picking the song. And somebody said, I think it was Chloe, talking about that she wants licensed music in Doctor Who, like frequently.
I think I see how this is going to play out. He's going to pick a song, the song will play, and it will transition to the same song that is playing and he's clubbing at. That's
Probably.
exactly how it's going to work.
Sounds like a good choice.
Stop ruining the show for me, Chris.
It's obvious. It's storytelling 101.
I didn't even think of it until you said it, bitch.
He's going to be playing Ramp Ranch, and then he's going to be dancing to it.
He's going to be playing Merry Christmas, Everyone by Slade.
I mean, full.
Does he ride a red-nosed reindeer?
Meaningful episode of just kicking Mickey in the duck for 2 hours. And I'm saying duck because that's the friendly version.
I'd watch that. He deserves it.
Yes. Okay, now speaking of things that may be deserved, may not be deserved, we need to talk about Christopher Eccleston and his demands for returning to Doctor Who. The audio I don't think is on. I mean, I think I can get away with posting this video.
Yeah, you're good. This should be fine. This is out of Comic-Con.
Yeah. Give me just a second. Share a screen. Okay. Here we go, everybody.
Would have to happen for that to become a reality?
Sack Russell T. Davis, sack Jane Tranter, sack Phil Collinson, sack Julie Gardner, and I'll come back. So can you arrange that?
Guys, I think he's definitely coming back for the 70th anniversary.
Yeah, can you play that again? I couldn't hear it.
It might be because you're on the phone, but yeah, we'll play it one more time.
Now, what would have to happen for that to become a reality?
Sack Russell T. Davis, sack Jane Tranter, sack Phil Collinson, sack Julie Gardner, and I'll come back. So can you arrange that?
Now, what would have to...
Billy Piper.
You can even see Billy Piper's like, oh.
Okay, buddy. Listen, Chris is pretty much just a bitter man. Listen, I'm not.
He's a bitter man, but we don't. It's he said, she said.
Yeah.
We don't know the full what actually we were not physically there with whatever happened, but I feel like people should stop asking him because he's been very clear with his answers. He's not coming back to the show.
Listen, he should just be on this tour. He should say, "What do you mean come back? I'm doing 4 Big Finish box sets every single year to pay for my house. It's how I pay for my rent."
No, he's definitely coming back. Like Matt Smith and Peter Capaldi, they're definitely coming back too, guys.
So here's the thing. I'm conflicted because if I was wronged the same way Chris was wronged, I'd feel the same way. But then I look at what the show is at and I go, fuck that. I'm keeping the people who are running the show because they're doing a great job. And I'm conflicted because I agree with him, but it's unreasonable. If I was in his shoes,
BBC
I would agree with them. But I'm not in his shoes, so I disagree with them.
I don't see Capaldi as bitter. Because I mean, what he still does stuff with the BBC, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think he does.
Yeah, he still collaborates with the BBC. It's just that
he's done with the character. And also, it was a changing of the guard.
Yeah.
There's a lot of reasons, but I don't think it's to the same effect as Chris.
Not at all to Christopher Eccleston. And I know if you dig back through our streams, I was full. I go on full tirades about Chris, but it's just, listen. I want to like you, sir. You do make it seem a little hard sometimes because it's a lot of people. You're talking about a lot of people that a lot of people have worked with, and it's a unique experience to you. And I understand you were wronged, but I don't think you can just blame that on RTD or Julie Gardner or anybody, those sole people. I just don't. I don't think that's fair. At least he's happy that Shooty is the doctor. He's supporting him.
Hold up. I can blame the guy who's running the show. He's in full control. So if he got into an argument with RTD, I can understand. Doesn't mean he's right. Doesn't mean he's wrong. I can just understand his position. I don't know what happened in that conversation. I can just understand his position.
Yeah. Anyway, if you want more adventures with the Ninth Doctor, like I said, 4 box sets a year. You'll get the
If
ninth
you want
Doctor.
this, just the same stuff again and again and
But,
again.
Yeah.
Listen to the Ninth
but-
Doctor adventures.
That's right.
Chris, shut the fuck up. Okay, it's like if
He
you want the
is-
same fun, same excitement, and same fun over and over again, then listen
Where
to
it's
the
at,
Ninth Doctor.
where it's at currently, probably not. Listen to his first 4 box sets. Maybe listen to half of the second series. Yeah.
His third box set, yeah, okay, I agree. It's not
Now,
that good, but
Just
they're
what
building up again. So
I-
give him another shot.
I do.
No,
wanna-
I haven't been. Me personally, I have not been impressed with the recent ones. They really need to change it up. The problem is, I don't think Christopher Eccleston will allow them.
Yeah, no. Christopher Eccleston.
Yeah, they need to
very
bring
happy.
back
It is.
Rose.
I've said this so many times. It's so obvious they want to do stuff with him and Billy Piper, but because of his like stipulations, and then also adding, "Oh, you're gonna have to pay us more for this as well." They're like, "Nah, we're just gonna stay with what we got."
Can you imagine if we got like a Ninth Doctor Unchained or Unbound version? You know, it would be amazing because that means we could get the same fucking companion for longer and then build up a story. Like Nova in the first box set, so good. We could have got so much with that character. She's amazing. But then they just got rid of her instantly.
That would require Christopher Eccleston being able to do something different with his Doctor. I don't think he would do that.
Yeah, you're right.
Jess Puck, there was a video going around at another Comic-Con where Matt Smith said that he simply wasn't called. He loved being the Doctor. He's willing to, but he just wasn't called for the anniversary. He's not bitter about it or anything. He's not saying maybe they should have called me, but he was just saying they didn't call. Which, honestly, considering that the 60th is an anniversary special dedicated mostly to one specific era of Doctor Who, I know why they didn't. But yeah. Though I did hear actually in Wild Blue Yonder, they were tempted to have other doctors show up as the creature. Like, as the creature was adapting, he would be changing.
I don't.
But it didn't work for the story.
It wouldn't work with the story because the whole point is paranoia.
Yep.
It is the person I'm talking to, the actual person I'm talking to. So it wouldn't work if it's like, hey, I'm the 11th Doctor. It's like, okay, you're the fake. It's obvious because you're the fake.
The only
I was
problem,
with 14 that looks like 10. You can't be him. Like
the only problem with Christopher Eccleston, bringing back Rose and shit. Where the fuck would he be? Would they bring her in for new stories? Because they were all pretty like this episode happened right after this episode.
We've had this chat before.
I know, but like you can't.
But Titan Comics made it work, so they can.
Yeah, Titan also did that.
They did not make it work.
Yes, they did.
No,
the art style wasn't great, but they absolutely made it work.
No, the art style was fine. I don't give a shit about that.
You're
wrong. They did not have a good explanation of where they picked up. They just picked up somewhere
in between,
and they didn't explain it where.
He was with Jack at the time.
And yes, Rose. And Rose.
It was after Empty Child.
Yes, but what episode?
It didn't specify. It didn't have to.
Exactly.
It doesn't have to. You can just the fun of Big Finish is that you can add adventures anywhere. They literally have adventures.
See, and I'm looking at the episode list for series 1. You can put gaps in between Unquiet Dead and the Slovene two-parter. Slovene two-parter and Dalek.
Not long the two-parter.
Anytime after Long Game or anytime after Father's Day. Anything before Jack?
Father's Day, yes. But the long game, no.
How? It leaves with just the Doctor and Rose. Adam is gone.
Yeah, but it was literally right after that.
Is it though?
But yeah,
Yes.
the fun of Big Finish is that you can make stories in the middle of other stories. So it's not a big deal. But speaking of Big Finish, you should actually talk. You have two things to discuss, mostly just covers. I'm going to show some covers. One of the best ranges. Listen to the 2 box sets. I didn't listen to the third one. He has a review. Chris has a review on the channel. You should listen to that. But classic Doctors, new monsters, fantastic. Getting 4, 6, 7, and 8, and the Silents are going to be there. Clockwork Robots, and I have no idea what the other one is.
And, Harmony Shoal. You know the brains. You know that rip your head in half and like it's the brain things. It's from
Yes,
they were into the Return of Dr. Mysterio and Husbands of Riversong.
Yeah.
So they're in one good episode. Anything to add to this?
Sorry, I was just reading that tweet. So about Tim Treloar being on the backstage page. I don't know. He could just be doing background. You don't know. I'm excited for more 6th Doctor adventures. I love his 2 stories in the other 2 ranges that I listened to, the Kyrian Knights and the Jadoon. So I'm just hoping. Who's he supposed to be facing?
In this?
Yeah. Please don't be the lame one. Please don't be the lame one. Please don't be the lame one.
I'll have to have a look. Give me a moment while I open this up.
We're nothing but professional here, everybody.
I can't stay for that much longer. I have work early in the morning. So.
But good night. Or, well. If you just want to wait a minute, you can give your thoughts.
It's 6 with the Clockwork droids.
Cool. Fun. I like that. One more thing that I wanted to talk about, and that's just this cover, because they made a really good cover for their new short trip. The one that won what's it called?
Paul Sprague
Yes.
Awards. Yep.
All right. Who is my least? All right, Chris. Question for you.
Yep.
Who is my least favorite Doctor?
Tom Baker.
Shut the fuck up. Seriously.
Patrick Troughton.
I hate you. Truthfully.
John Pertwee.
All right. Pixel. Who's my least favorite Doctor?
Paul McGann, you hit.
Guys, who's my least favorite Doctor?
We know it's the 6th Doctor.
Okay. So you should know when I'm being honest when I say this cover is absolutely awesome.
It's good to hear.
I do want to listen to this because it does look good.
And plus they're short, so it's like a quick listen. They're usually like maybe like 30 minutes usually.
Somebody pointed out how it must feel when this short trip gets the best cover, its own custom grand cover, and a Doctor actually performs right here. The writers of
because all the other ones it's just the just a standard like promo shot of the Doctor
by Nicholas Briggs
with a random background.
It should have been me. It should have been me. It's gonna be me.
And the great thing about this is that it is free.
Yeah.
is a free release.
Yeah, the thing about
You like
shorts
Doctor Who?
is that it's like they're good. They're not the best. They're good, but like
One of the
you don't
best Doctor Who stories I've listened to has been A Short Trip. So
really. Which one is do you
It was-
consider the best?
I believe it was crap. I'm trying to remember the name, but it was in the 12th volume release. A story read only by my boy. Oh God,
The Unbound.
no,
The Unbound
No.
Sixth Doctor was actually not bad. It was pretty good.
John Coleshaw.
Oh, the first Doctor,
What?
No,
No,
John Coleshaw.
that's
no. John
the
John Coleshaw voices the Brigadier, Chameleon, and 2 versions of the Master.
But in this one, he played the Brigadier and the Third Doctor, and it's after the Silurians, and the Doctor runs away because of what Brigadier did, and the Brigadier basically chases him around the Earth, and then they sit down and they have a conversation, and it's a very emotional piece. It's a very human piece.
I'd say my favorite
Fantastic.
short trip would be I Am the Master. Just Jeffrey Beavers narrating as the Decayed Master.
What about Tom Baker against the Vashta Narada? It's like a 35-40 minute episode.
Well, yeah, that's a classic Doctors, but that is
That's
a good
classic.
story. I'll give you that. That
It is a good story.
That is a
That's
good one.
It's a good one. And the one that's coming up, we have 7 and 8 against the Silence.
I'm excited.
Ooh, that sounds fun. I like to see 8 against the fucking Silence. That'd be cool.
7 would just be like... Seven would do the exact same thing that 11 did and just engineer a race to like kill them on sight.
He would reorganize the the biology of the fucking Sontarans to defeat the fucking Silence.
The Ninth Doctor with the non-Sontarans was actually really cool.
That was
Yeah.
a good story.
But anyway, what is wrong with you, Jessica? Go right now.
You've-
Put on. You can
Jess,
watch it
you've
on
watched the
Tubi.
worst 6th Doctor story, which is his first one.
Yes, but it has other contenders in that season. But you didn't watch Trial of the Time.
You mean the
Lord
next
season
season? Twin Dilemma is technically the end of season 21.
Excuse me. Yeah, you're
Because
right.
they wanted to try something different, and it
Yeah.
was
It
a
wasn't
choice.
great. It was a choice. Yes. But okay. So season 23, watch that. That's one of my favorite classic seasons, period. Just because it's
Revelation of the Daleks.
good too, but it's still
Yep.
but if you want to listen to his adventures, you might as well just start from the beginning with
Monthly Adventures.
Maggie
yeah.
Sables right there with him. Evelyn.
That's some of his best stuff. The Monthly Adventures. Trial of the Valiant. Oh, so good.
Yeah, it's good. It's better than
Froggy, you're choosing to watch this.
You are.
Froggy, you're the kind of guy to get Subway and be like, man, this Subway sandwich tastes terrible. My brother in Christ, you made it.
Trial of the Valyard is better than Trial of a Time Lord.
Go away.
But the thing is, you need one. You can't have one without the other.
You can't have
I know you can't have one without the other, but one is better than the other, and that's Trial of the Valyard.
It's like we talked about. Broken Hearts is a really good story, but you need the fantastic story that came before it.
Yes.
I get it. But that's like saying you can't have any other Star Wars episode without fucking A New Hope.
I mean,
yeah.
in a way, you can.
You see my point. One is better than the other, but just because one came before it and set the fucking one set the momentum. I can't think of the word. But like, yeah, you see what I mean? Like,
That stage. Yeah.
yeah, you can't set the stage. But like, Trial of the Valyard is 100% better than Trial of the Time Lord.
The ultimate foe.
I'll give you this. It's more condensed.
Yeah, because it's only an hour.
It's
but
only one
anyway.
story.
Yeah, but
Anyway.
you got rid of all the shit that was not needed, and that's why it's better.
That's one of the most inventive things about that season. It took a bunch of some half episodes and used it, made scenes around it to go ahead and give it this use. It makes the other story better, even though it is partially filler, because it's evidence in the case, the overall case.
Froggy, we do have sleeves in Australia, okay? It's just bloody hot here.
Yeah, it's summer there, right? What was the temp? What was your temp of that of like the past week?
Let's see.
The hottest temp.
I have no idea, but it is currently 27 right now.
Celsius?
Yes.
It's like fucking 74, 75 degrees Celsius.
Well, let me do the conversion. Celsius to degrees. So if I do 27, well, it automatically goes degrees Celsius to Fahrenheit. So 27 is 80 Fahrenheit.
I was off by 5 degrees. Yeah, that's pretty warm.
So
This isn't the worst. This is the first month of summer.
Fucking 80 degrees Fahrenheit? That's like an average day of where I live in the summer.
This isn't average hot. It's hot, but it's not the average. It will get worse.
Yeah, obviously, but like where I live, like normally it's like 90 to 100 during the summer.
I live in Florida. Calm down yourself, Jimmy. You don't hate.
Pixel, you have more than just heat problems in Florida. Okay.
Yeah. You live closer to the equator.
Australia and the United States, yet there's still more things that want to kill you in Australia.
You live closer to the equator than I do, and yet 80 to 90 degrees is not that bad.
It's rough. Especially when you have to go get carts.
You guys do 95 to 110 on the average.
We have fun.
Yeah, that's not fun. That is torture.
How is Florida alive?
It's a mystery to even us.
All right, Chris.
One of the funniest
I
things-
know
wait.
you guys.
They're making a Civil War movie, and they went ahead and had Florida, Georgia, Louisiana, a couple other states, and in A24 Civil War, the Alliance of Florida, the Floridian Alliance. What other state is going to take our title? Florida is going to take over the rest, but it's
Texas could. Texas.
Apparently, in that film, Texas has united with
California.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense at all.
You know, a lot of Californians were moving to Texas for a while.
No,
maybe that's how they got the idea.
No. So Chris, like, just so you know, as an American, every other state is confused by Florida. You guys have fucking like the blue purple ring octopus and then fucking emus. Florida has alligators and pythons. We agree. Florida is not a real fucking state.
We have crocodiles and various snakes, including pythons.
Does your fucking snakes just randomly appear in fucking toilets?
Yes.
Shut the fuck
Toilets?
up.
They have
Ceilings?
toilet spiders. Chris, have
Wait,
you ever
what?
seen a real toilet spider?
Huh?
Have you seen a real toilet spider?
No,
No.
I don't live in a rural area, so I'm kind of safe.
You live near Perth.
You're not
You live
safe.
in one of the most
I
isolated
don't
cities
live
in
here.
the
I'm on
world.
the opposite side of the country to Perth. You're thinking of our boys Aiden and Connor at 50%.
Yeah, I was texting
We live
Connor
on the
like
opposite
last
ends
night.
of the. We're living on the opposite ends of the country.
You know what? You're probably right. I was texting Connor last night. You're probably right.
Anyway, we should go ahead and get to our final segment. So that way, Jimmy, you didn't get a chance to talk about the specials at all last week. Why don't you go ahead and say a little something?
2 out of the 3 are amazing. Russell T. Davies is back. I'm not too sure how I feel about the 2 different TARDISes, but what I feel like is like really good is that apparently Ncuit Gatwa's TARDIS is going to be addressed because Russell T. Davies says there's going to be an episode where it's addressed of like which TARDIS is the original one, and Ncuit Gatwa's is going to be known as like the real one. So
I think you got half information there.
I really think I'm right.
I know you do.
Russell T. Davies said like there's going to be an episode where Ncuit Gatwa's TARDIS is considered the real one.
Isn't the point
It
that
is. It's all
they're
the real
both-
one. It's one TARDIS still. It's still
No, there's 2 different ones.
but it's one model.
Yes.
But you know, the
Different-
Seventh Doctor went
There's
ahead and destroyed
one model
TARDIS anyway. So.
and 2 in different timelines. So just like Ncuit Gatwa says like he will go through therapy and blah blah blah. He's the regeneration after David Tennant, but because of the toy maker, he's after that.
Chris, Jimmy, you miss FR conversations. What is the point of David Tennant? Because David Tennant is going to be popping around, saving the world, doing that
No.
shenanigans. He's going to be dining in New York with Mel.
No.
Yes. What?
This is the end of New Who. We're now in the Disney New Who.
Oh God. What? I'm aware of that, but Froggy was talking about it. What is the point if David Tennant is still the Doctor? He's the Doctor. Ncuit's the Doctor after him, but we're following Ncuit now.
Yeah, because the regeneration happened. The bi-generation happened, and his Doctor happens out of time.
RTD's whole thing with the bi-generation is that he wanted a happy regeneration. That's really the crux of it. He said, "Oh, you know what? He just wanted his Doctor to be safe." He went ahead and put David Tennant in a box and said, "You're a good boy. Thank you. You're all right." That's all. He's not getting his own show. I'm sure he'll come back for a special because he's the easiest Doctor to convince.
Not only that, he's the best.
That's debatable.
I would love a Doctor Who movie, whatever, played by Christopher Eccleston. But after I saw his demands, yeah, it's never going to happen.
Jimmy?
I mean, it can work. You just can't have those people on it.
Yeah, you mean like 90% of the people who fucking run the show?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want a reboot and bring back of Captain America, but I think we should really fire Bob Iger, fucking Kathleen Kennedy.
Oh, I agree.
fucking fucking I'm forgetting the guy who runs Marvel. What's it? Fucking Kevin something?
Kevin
Kevin
Feige.
Feige.
Kevin Feige. All those people. I think we should bring back everyone. But we need to fire everyone who just runs the company.
I'd be fine with that.
I agree, but at the same time, it's like
I'd be fine with that.
it's
A lot of
not
their decisions
gonna.
are fucking
It's not gonna happen.
It won't. Yeah, realistically, it won't. Their claws are too deep into it. All the MCU fanboys would, I don't know, make a hashtag.
Hashtag release the Feige cut of fucking random shit.
So anyway, yeah. Well, thank you for your take on the specials, Jimmy.
Yeah, the first one I really liked. But the more I watched it, the more I disliked it. Except for Yasmin, Finney, Donna, and the Doctor. But the second one I think is the best one. And then the third one, the second best one. But it's not as good as the second one. So yeah, you know what I mean.
Yep. Are you doing the bed thing now before you work early?
I'm fucking so tired. I'm laying down in bed right now.
All right.
Go to sleep,
Well,
man.
you have a good night, Jimmy. Thank you for showing up. We had a good time.
All right, I'll see you guys later.
Sleep tight.
Bye, Chris. I love you.
Love you too, man.
Oh, you too, Jimmy. Good. You good. Okay.
There we go. All right. Pixel, what are your overall thoughts on the 60th anniversary?
I'm very conflicted. I've had time to think about it. They're all very good. These are good episodes. Even when we have Landry on here, he says the same thing. The second one he loved. It's a very good episode. He feels it's the same.
More of
and
the
that's
same.
That's kind of the point. This is the 60th anniversary, yet it's actually celebrating the very beginning of this series of Doctor Who. It's the
Primarily,
end.
yeah.
It's not even a good, like, I understand the Amy Pond, Clara, Bill, and then the Flux, because you can't really mention anything with 13's companions. But it's still not a celebration of the New Who series. It's a celebration of RTD's New Who series. It's a very specific thing. It's don't make me get a wife beater. Don't. I'm not going to wear a wife beater.
What beater?
That's what it's called. A wife
I
beater.
know.
Yeah. You made me lose my train of thought. This is a very good celebration of David Tennant's Doctor. That's pretty much it. Like, I think that it's good in that sense. Great episodes. I can rewatch these multiple times and still enjoy them right off the cuff. And usually I just move on. And it's not because I hate episodes or anything. It's just, it's better to just go do. But here, these were able to go ahead and be. They're very
Everyone's just talking
rewatchable.
about your shirts now.
I know. Show us the pythons. It's a tank top too.
Hey now. I know you guys have the right to bear arms, but do you know we don't need to see the guns?
You want to see a finger? Or undershirt? Yeah. Sorry, I grew up in the South, so.
I grew up in the South. We lost the Civil War, but we got NASCAR. Woo! Take that off. We got NASCAR.
We drive around in a circle better than anybody.
We got NASCAR. We got incest. Take that, North.
Hey, that's Alabama. I'm from North
Still,
Carolina.
I wouldn't preach home about.
But yeah, no. I loved this anniversary. It's great, but it's not very good at being an anniversary.
It's weird, yeah. Yeah, for me, I enjoyed every episode. As an anniversary of the show, it's weird because, yes, I would say it is kind of an anniversary of the show because, you know, we have an adaptation of a popular comic. We have like the standard like bottle episode, and then we have the return of a classic Who villain with the toy maker, and we got another classic companion returning as well. But it is primarily an anniversary of Russell's era.
Yeah.
Because I love David Tennant. I love him as the 14th Doctor. I love that this year in particular we got 2 different versions of 10. We have the 14th Doctor, which is like definitely an evolution of 10. And then we had technically in Once and Future, we had a War Doctor version of 10.
Yeah.
A degenerating War Doctor is the 10th Doctor. 10th Doctor is very kind of different as well. Hasn't gone through the end of the Time War, the belief that he killed everyone. He killed all the Time Lords and everything. So, yeah, it's weird because, yeah, I really enjoyed every episode, but it did feel like more of like we're celebrating Russell's era, which, again, is, you know, without it, we wouldn't have Doctor Who again.
Yeah.
So, yeah, not that I'm complaining, but it is very weird that kind of just, it's not perfect because there are problems with these episodes. Not really with 2 is the one that is like pretty much almost flawless. It's just the first and the third one. The first one is just the hand waviness of the meta crisis. I don't like how hand wavy it is. And it is pacing wise, towards that second half, it kind of is a bit quick, like snap, 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 snap. We need to keep going. The third story, yeah, the whole bi-generation, it really just it doesn't work. The hand waviness of
episode still.
It's still a great episode, but yeah, the bi-generation I still don't like. I've not come around to it. I do not like the concept because the thing is, it works on the basis that it's weird because they, especially in that episode, they hammer in like the Doctor has so much trauma that he just doesn't sit back to deal with, you know, with everything from like beginning of 2005, the 2005 series. Then you have like the deaths of the companions, you know, Amy, Clara, Bill. You have the entirety of Flux. But it's all centralized on a version of the 10th Doctor. It's like, no, this is the Doctor that's had it the worst. And he's the one that needs to like sit back and just chill. It's just like, we've kind of...
No, I kind of disagree because they make it very clear that 14, he's been 13 and 12 and 11, and he's gone through that. They're not saying that... The thing is that Moffat already dealt with that for his Doctors.
Yeah, he did it two times already.
Yeah.
So it's just weird that we have to do it again. But the thing is, the implication is because he's gone through the Doctor's gone through so much of this trauma and just hasn't like dealt with it, that he's gone back to a previous face. And that's another thing. I don't like that there is essentially no proper explanation as to why that he looks like the 10th Doctor again. aside from, oh, your life's been a bit of a mess. No wonder why you look like the 10th Doctor again. It's like, that's not an explanation. Again, hand wavy.
Yeah.
These specials have been Russell at his most hand waviness, and that is not good as a writer.
It's funny because most hand waviness gets at some of its best too. Like
I guess
3 episodes in a row of solid episodes, even with the hand waviness, the writing is still strong enough, and the performances obviously add to that, the directing, but the writing has still been strong enough within that it allows for these episodes to be still some of the best Who that he's ever written.
Yeah, I guess. It's just, the thing is, we waited, what, 13 months to get, like, answers, and we didn't get any.
Yeah. Well,
why is he regenerated into an older looking 10th Doctor? Why did the clothes regenerate with him? Is it supposed to be a callback to the first Doctor's regeneration? Because that's the only time that's ever happened.
It was, yeah. It's basically just, okay, I'm stepping in. It's like Just Puck said, this is supposed to just be a condensed, oh crap, where'd it go?
Basically
compact
basically
RTV season, which goes into your theory that you were saying last week about that you think that maybe he wanted a full season of Tin and Donna.
It really does feel like he wanted it. This should have been a full season, because there's so many hanging threads that are now going into Shooty season that started with this Doctor, and also the fact that, again, I'm fine with, like I said last week, I'm fine with the Doctor having a happy ending, being happy, and that at least particularly for this version of the Doctor to be happy. It just doesn't make sense that his ultimate happiness is that he gets to still be friends with Donna. And he gets to have a family with Donna. Now, I love the 10th Doctor and Donna. I love their dynamic. I don't
because you have to remember when Tin went through that point, he lost so much. He lost Rose, Martha left him. Astrid, but nobody really thinks about Astrid. When he found Donna, he found his best friend. And everybody calls it that. It's the buddy cop season of Doctor Who. He found not a love interest, his best friend. And he had to, honestly, her end is more tragic than Rose's. Like, even before the Meta-Crisis Doctor. She gets to live a life. Her dad's there. She's in another universe, sure, but it's still not as devastating as losing everything that you had. Donna lost what made her happiest in the world when the Doctor wiped her mind. Like, obviously she moved on past that, but there's still that feeling of, I had something great. This is my best friend in all the galaxy. And yeah, she's human. Eventually she will grow old and die, but it's different.
But the thing is, it's weird that, hammering on that, the Doctor has been through so much after Donna, but is still very fixated on just that era.
Yeah.
And I just, again, hand waviness, giving him a TARDIS at the same time saying he needs to step back, needs to go through therapy, he needs to chill. Is counterintuitive. That he should not have been given a TARDIS. Because what's the first thing he does? He goes on 2 different trips. He goes to the Gilded Age with Mel, and he goes to Mars with
the Mars
with
could have
Rose.
been a joke. The Mars could have been a joke. I think he did seriously go to the Gilded Age with Mel. They just had a dinner. It was nice.
But still,
I know.
You want him to just relax and just be happy, have this
At the same
family.
time,
Don't essentially don't have the life of the Doctor, or at least that life. Put it on break until you have gone through this journey. But
the
no,
thing,
Russell wanted to have his cake and eat it at the same time. I don't like
Thing
that
is-
he was
the
given
thing is-
TARDIS. He should not have been given a TARDIS.
but he needed the TARDIS because I know it's just a theory, but it's a theory that still feels correct. That 15, he finishes his regeneration with the bi-generation, but 14 has to regenerate down the line. That still feels correct.
I guess, but like, did we need a TARDIS for all that? You could just come up with any
I mean,
you could just come up with any mumbo jumbo. That's essentially what the bi-generation was. It was just mumbo jumbo.
yeah, it's
You
all.
could just say that like
To be
once,
fair, everything's mumbo jumbo, but
I mean, yeah, it's Doctor Who, but like he doesn't need a TARDIS. That's the thing. It's more of a personal reason.
yeah,
But it's just they are like very great, entertaining episodes, but they just have a lot of hand waviness problems to them, which I'm hoping won't be the case for Shooty's era. Because I'm okay with it being a shorter count of episodes. I'm okay with it being like 8 episodes. There's, you know, like
and a special every
and
year.
a special, so 9. So 9 episodes in total. So I'm fine with that. You know,
'Cause that's how television is
sometimes there are shows where, okay, a best example of this, The Walking Dead. Everyone really liked season 1. Season 1 was like what? Was it 6 episodes? It was a short count compared to like everything else afterwards.
Mhm.
But then season 2 was like what, 20 episodes? And everyone's like, they're on this farm too fucking long. It is so drawn out. But even that's one story, you know, compared to Doctor Who having different stories every episode, and some might have a connecting thread. So I'm fine with it being shorter episodes. I'm just hoping that Russell makes it work. It's not like, okay, we've made short. This is a shorter season, so we have to be like balls to the walls, like quick with everything.
I don't think so because
I don't think that's the case, but I'm hoping it's not. Considering like, you know, with like the Star Beast, like Star Beast felt like it should have been longer. The Giggle felt like it should have been a 2-parter.
yeah,
Or if the Toy Maker was actually more of a apparent like thread within the specials. Like
yeah.
the influence behind the scenes.
But he's not. That's the thing.
But he's not, apparently. It's this
Because
random thing.
the
It's either
Toy
the boss
Maker-
or the one who waits, or both.
The Toy Maker only comes in because of him. Salt. Because he did the salt at the edge of the universe, so he made myth reality, which is a cool thread. I mean,
Cool
honestly,
concept.
goblins, neat. Going ahead and bringing in RTD already said a pantheon based on if the Toy Maker is the paradigm of games. There's other things, and that's probably what Jinx Monsoon is going to be, the one of music. But
Well,
yeah. So I mean,
they've already delved into that, like Toy Maker being one of the guardians of time.
yeah, but that's
Or
what
being a guardian, not
Yeah,
the
a guardian.
of time, but being a guardian. Because there's
Yeah.
supposed to be like 6 of them, and 2 of them have already been in Classic Who. But I don't know. The specials, they're great. Not particularly. They are and both aren't a good anniversary. That's the
Yeah.
thing.
They really are. Yeah.
It is. They are like, celebrating different aspects of Doctor Who with like comic book adaptation, bringing back classic characters, but it is primarily a celebration of Russell's era.
They did Froggy said they think they did the little work they could, with Neil Patrick Harris because his star power was enough. I don't think so. I think like if you compare the toy maker in other media, he's embodying that. It's the toy maker in reality. You get that feeling. That's the cool thing. Though we kind of already had that in Big Finish, but nobody wants to talk about that. We don't talk about that. We talk about Bruno. No, we don't. I think that he was a great toy maker. I am a little sad that it just felt like he could use just a little more. Just a little more. But really, that's...
Or be more of a... Like I said, be more of a presence. You don't have to outright say, it's the toy maker, like in the first two stories, but like something there. A connecting thread.
If they wanted to make the toy maker like the big, he started all of this. He was leaking stories through Rose, perhaps. That's why the plushie's not just the bi-generation that's lying dormant. He starts that. He makes the Doctor change his face because the Time Lords could do it. Then a god, pretty much.
You already said I made a jigsaw out of your life.
Yeah, but it's still.
It'd be fucking hilarious if Sims comes back as the master.
Sims was his best master under Moffat, though. But that's another conversation.
And Sims Master only works as that short time frame.
No.
There's not a lot of like wiggle room when it comes to his master.
After the end of that, when he comes back with Capaldi, I mean, like he's older, more sophisticated. He's going back to his old ways, even though he still has
I guess, but like the implication, like he says, is that as soon as he got kicked off, he found his way to the Mondasian ship.
Where does it take place in Masterful though? Because he is that.
That's supposed to be like that just before he regenerates into Missy. I think that's the implication in there.
Still, we're getting off topic, and it's about time we wrap it up.
Yes, so that is our thoughts on the 60th anniversary specials as a whole. Great story with great specials with some problems, but that's just Doctor Who.
Yeah, it is. When we come back next week, though, Christmas will have passed. So Merry Christmas, everybody! But we're also getting a Christmas special. We're getting our Christmas.
I'm so happy we're getting a Christmas special. It's gonna have the Doctor. It's gonna have Ruby. It's gonna have goblins. It's gonna have a
Janice church on the road.
Church? Never had that in Doctor Who before.
It's gonna be a lot of fun.
It's gonna be a lot of fun. So definitely join us next week where we talk about the Church on Ruby Road, Ncut's first full episode and first Christmas special as the 15th Doctor.
That's it.
That's it. Remember to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. We should have 2 videos coming out soon. I have one I need to upload, and we are going to record another right after this.
Right.
Yes. So remember to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and all that jazz. We'll see you all next time. ALLONS-Y, Geronimo, fam.